How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. So I've got a dilemma today, right? And I need your help. I'm going to take down this tree behind me. That's what I'm going to do. But here's my dilemma. I'm going to either push it, pull it, dig it, cut it. I don't know yet. So leave a comment below about how you would approach it. You know, would you do it? It's a dogwood tree. Let me tell you a little bit about the tree, and then we'll go get the Branson. We'll go get Brutus and bring him down here and see how we're going to tackle this project right here. So we got a dogwood tree here that's dead. You can see the dead limbs up there. It's got some growth here, but I think it's pretty much gone. You can see the bark. Look at the bark is pretty much rotten. Here, you can stick your finger down in that. So I think this tree's gone. The dogwoods have very shallow roots, probably less than 3 feet. There's another tree that's been cut off here. I can't remember what that kind of tree that was, but maybe an oak of some sort, but can't remember. But this is what we're going to be attempting today. With that being said, I thought about, well, I could come down here and push it over with the tractor, or I could hook a chain up to it and pull it out with the tractor. Obviously, the quick thing to do would be to cut it off with the chainsaw and then just grind the stump down with a stump grinder. I can borrow from my buddy Brandel. Brandel, if you're watching this, I may end up borrowing your stump grinder. But I mean, that would be the quick, but that wouldn't make for a fun video. How fun would that be? Cut a small dead tree down and carry it away with a grapple. So what I think we're going to do is, I think we're going to start off by, I think we are going to cut off the part where it's dead up here, about as high as I can safely get it with the chainsaw. The reason I'll do that is because I don't want the top of the tree to fall into the cab of my tractor. And so if I go ahead and get it cut off, it shouldn't affect the root system or anything like that. And so I'll cut the top off, that way it doesn't fall onto my new borrowed tractor, and then we can decide whether or not we're going to push it or pull it. Or I do have a stump bucket that I've been thinking about using, so maybe I'll just go get a stump bucket and put it on there. But again, leave a comment below about what you would do if you had this situation in your yard. I actually thought about some mechanical advantage, maybe putting a pulley, a pulley system on it or something, just because I've never done that before. But this tree right here probably isn't big enough to support a mechanical advantage, and the tree that forks off right there is, I don't know if it's too far away or not. I've never done that before. So the mechanical advantage it sounds tempting to try, but there's a couple of factors. One, I don't have a rope long enough to get there, or pulley, and two, I think those trees are just too far away. Maybe they're not. Maybe the longer the better. But even then, I don't understand angles, right? So I don't know how sharp of an angle I need to get from this tree to that tree, or I know that there's a pulley involved or a snatch block involved type deal. I've never done it, but I'd like to try it one day, but I don't think this is going to be the situation to try it in. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get that cut off and get it taken out of the way, and then we'll go from there. Today we'll be using the trusty MS-291. I like that chainsaw. I've got a Husqvarna too, so anyway, I'm just going to cut it off at about as high as I can reach it safely. All right, now I'll get this cleaned up. Here's a good teaching point that I actually learned from you guys. Such a good community, man. I appreciate everything y'all do on our channel. But if I was to leave this here, or this was another tree limb coming off a trunk, cut it so that the face of this doesn't collect water as the rain beats down on it. So, if I was to leave this, I'd cut it in such a fashion that water doesn't go into the trunk, I guess you'd say. So I wouldn't cut it the opposite way. Did that make sense? Not really sure if that made sense or not, but hopefully it did. All right, let's get this part cleaned up right here. Another thing I like doing is whenever I cut down pieces of wood like that, I like kind of straighten them out so that the grapple can just come pick it up in one pass or whatever. So, you know, if you got all these different branches and stuff oriented at different angles and stuff, sometimes it's hard for the grapple to collect it all in one time. But hey, real quick before I go get the tractor, if you guys like videos like this, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. We do a lot of tractor work around here at Hamiltonville Farm, a lot of heavy equipment stuff. Come be part of us, we'd appreciate it. We got the big part of the tree taken away. So now, here's what I'm, you know, tractors ain't bulldozers, okay? But what I'm gonna try, I'll put the grapple up to it, and then I'm gonna push against the tree to see if it moves any. You don't wanna damage your front end loader, you don't wanna damage your quick attach plate that goes onto your front end loader. So I'm gonna go up, but you can go up there and you can test it to see if it's gonna work or not, but please don't treat your tractor like it's a bulldozer. But I think that hopefully, you know, this 5,500 pounds or 6,000 pounds pushing against this tree will probably, that's why I kind of cut it as tall as I did, kind of give me some leverage. We'll push on it a couple times. If that doesn't work, then we'll go to, I may try to do a grapple underneath it to loosen it up a little bit, or I do on a stump bucket. Maybe I'll go get the stump bucket. I don't know. Let's see how the video progresses. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like we mentioned earlier in the video, this is dogwood tree. It doesn't have a very deep root system, so you can see
that root right there seems to be the longest one. How weird.
I guess that's the taproot right there. Is this
out
big
the side?
Yeah, you would think taproots go down. Can taproots actually go horizontal, or do they always go vertical? I don't know. You guys tell me. But this is the main root for sure. There is another stump right beside it. I'm not going to tackle it right yet. But there's something else I need to tell you, kind of show you a lesson learned, so you don't upset Mama. You ain't mad at me, are you, Gina?
Not very happy about it right now.
All right, so you can see where I had it in the back wheel spun, and you can see that little spot up there. And we don't have a lot of good grass on our property anyway, so what little bit of grass we have, we like to kind of keep it clean and fresh, or neat, I guess. But so don't make Mama mad if you guys are going to get out there and putting ruts in the yard trying to dig up trees. So I researched the dogwood tree before I came out here with the tractor. I realized that it had a shallow root system, And so that's why, you know, I really wanted to try some different tactics on this thing, either the mechanical advantage, push and pulling, or whatever. But, you know, sometimes you just got to come out here, see what works. I think any of those processes would have worked. You could have done, but I'm going to do a video on mechanical advantage just because I think it would be a neat process to try. But obviously the Branson didn't have any problems with this tree. I forgot to measure it, but it's probably maybe 6 inches in diameter. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're going to load up this. We're going to take it to the burn pile and probably grind this stump down that's beside it, because I don't know what species of tree that is. So I don't really know how deep that taproot goes. You know, taking the top of this tree down and pushing it out and seeing what it is now. Obviously the weight's not going to be a factor for the Branson. I mean, this probably only weighs a couple 100 pounds. And we'll get it taken up to the burn pile. Right now we're currently in a burn ban in our county. So it'll be a while before we burn it, but I'll get it positioned to burn when we can burn. There's a lot of burns in that statement. Oh, it's a sick burn.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, y'all.
As always, there's going to be a little white circle right here. Click on that to subscribe. Underneath it, you can see the day that we brought the Branson home. Click on that video. It's a pretty cool one. You guys take care. We'll catch you on the next one.